Hi, great students! Welcome back. You ever stare at a geometric problem knowing you need a perfect angle, but the rules say you can't touch a protractor? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to master geometric construction. This is the key to unlocking those really tough exam questions and grabbing those crucial marks. So let's just dive right in. It really all comes down to this one simple question. How in the world can you create perfectly precise angles and triangles with nothing more than a straight edge and a pair of compasses? I know, it sounds kind of like magic, but it's pure logic and we're about to break it all down, step by step. And here they are. These are your only weapons in this fight. A simple ruler for straight lines and a pair of compasses. Seriously, forget everything else. In the world of pure geometric construction, these two are all you need. And that compass? Oh, it's not just for drawing circles. It is your secret key to building perfect, precise angles. Now, you might be asking, why does this matter so much? Well, because construction isn't just about making some neat drawings. It's a core skill that builds your real understanding of geometry. It's essential in huge fields like architecture and engineering. And most importantly for you, it shows up all the time on big exams like WAEC, JAMB, and NECO. We're talking 2 to 4 marks per question. And you know what? Those marks can make all the difference. Okay, so let's build your toolkit. We're going to focus on the fundamental moves, the absolute building blocks for solving any construction problem that's going to come your way. Once you get these down, everything else just falls into place. So think of their jobs like this. The ruler is just your guide for making street paths. Simple. But the compass is the real star of the show. It's not for measuring, it's for copying distances and finding exact points in space by drawing those beautiful arcs. This whole idea, relying on just arcs and lines, that's the heart of what we call pure geometry. And this is the #1 rule of the game. In pure geometry, protractors are forbidden. Seriously, put it away. Why? Because this method forces you to rely on geometric principles, not just on measuring something. It proves you understand the why behind the shape, not just what it looks like. Okay, time for our first move. Let's build a perfect 60-degree angle from scratch. You start with just a simple line. Now, pick a point on that line. We'll call it A. That's your vertex. Put your compass point on A and just swing an arc. Now here's the secret sauce. Do not change the compass width. Move the compass point to where that arc just crossed your line and swing another arc. You see where they cross? That's the magic spot. And boom, just like that. When you connect your starting point A to that intersection point D, you have a perfect 60-degree angle. And this works every single time because you've basically just marked out 2 sides of a perfect equilateral triangle. And what do we know about equilateral triangles? All their angles are 60 degrees. See? It's logic. All right, this next move is a total game changer because you can use it on any angle to cut it perfectly in half. Just place your compass on the angle's vertex. We'll call it Q. And draw an arc that cuts both lines of the angle. Now, from those 2 new points, S and T, you draw 2 more arcs out in the middle. Where they cross, at point U, that's your target. A line from Q through U splits that angle perfectly in 2. And this is where it all clicks together. With just those 2 skills, making a 60-degree angle and cutting any angle in half, you can create a whole menu of other useful angles. You bisect your 60 to get 30. You can construct a 90 and then bisect that to get a perfect 45. It's like a geometric puzzle, and you've just found the key pieces. All right, you've got the fundamental moves down. Now for the real test. Let's step into the exam gauntlet and use these skills on some actual past questions. This is where the theory hits the road, and this is where marks are won. Here we go. A classic question from WAEC 2020. They give you 3 side lengths and tell you to build the triangle. But notice those magic words at the start. Using ruler and compasses only. That's your signal. That's your big flashing sign to use the pure geometry we just talked about. So here's our plan of attack. We start with our base, the 5 centimeter line. BC. Easier enough. Now, from point B, we set our compass to exactly 6 centimeters and swing a big arc. Then we go to point C, set our compass to 7 centimeters and swing another arc. That spot where they cross, that's our missing point A. Just connect A to B and C and bam, your triangle is built. The last part is just using your ruler to mark point D. And here's the finished product. Now, the most important thing to see here are the arcs. You must leave them on your diagram. They are your proof of your method. Erasing your arcs is like showing the answer to a math problem without showing your work. The arcs are what gets you the marks. Let's try another one, this time focusing on angles. This is a super common task from a 2018 WAEC paper. How do you construct a 90-degree angle without a protractor and then cut it perfectly in half? So here's the clever strategy. You start by making your trusty 60-degree angle. Then you basically add another 60 degrees right next to it. You bisect that second 60-degree angle to get 30 degrees. So with 60 plus 30, that's your perfect 90 degrees. And once you have that, you just use our angle bisection method one more time on your new 90-degree angle. The result is a perfect 45-degree angle. And again, just look at the diagram. It looks like this beautiful web of arcs, but each one of those arcs tells a story. Each one proves to the examiner that you know exactly what you're doing. This is how you lock in those full marks. Okay, we've covered the techniques, we've tackled real problems. Now, let's lock in your winning strategy with some final, absolutely crucial tips for exam day. All right, let's run through your exam day checklist. First, and I really can't say this enough, leave your arcs visible. They are your proof. Second, neatness counts. Use a sharp pencil. And third, practice, practice, practice. This is a physical skill. And for an exam like JAMB, you won't actually draw it, but you need to visualize these exact steps in your head to pick the right multiple choice answer. And here's a quick memory trick for you, just to avoid a really common mistake. Think of your compass as the compass king. And the king always needs his throne, the center point, before he can rule over an arc. So always place the point firmly first, then swing. So the main takeaway here is this. You're not leaving with a set of instructions. You're leaving here today with a full strategy. You have the core moves, you have the problem-solving approach, and you have the exam tactics to put it all into practice and really maximize your score. So the tools are in your hands. The strategy is in your head. The only question left is, are you ready to put in the practice to truly master this skill and walk into that exam hall with total confidence? Yeah, I think you are. Go to www.examkp.com for more practice.